I just don't. I mean, look at a player like Bukayo Saka, right? What he like? I just feel like he's. There's a way that you will be good, and it's just Nigeria is just beneath you. I'm sorry. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Heat Podcast brought to you by Pulse Sports. This is the best sports and lifestyle podcast in the country and is sponsored by Live Score Bets. My name is Ifeanyi and I have my amazing co-host with me today.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey guys, my name is Kimi K, a fashion model and a media personality. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. I'm always excited to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah, what's up, guys? My name is Adiayo. It's good to be back. You guys already know who I am. No need for further introduction. Yeah, let's get it.
And we have the
hi guys, Tosin.
Old Trafford
Queen.
Don't ever forget that, please.
Never.
So what's going on? How are we feeling?
We're good.
Why are you shaking your head, Adiayo, when I
funny.
called myself a queen?
No, it's not about the queen. Don't make it about that. You call yourself an Old Trafford queen.
Yes.
That's the part I find pathetic.
Why? Why is it pathetic?
It's Old Trafford, bro.
I feel like this
the roof
happens.
is leaking.
This happens every episode. You guys
Do you want to get
go at each other, man.
No,
You.
let's get upset.
Old
No, I'm not
Trafford.
upset
Yes.
because what he's saying is not true.
Like the roof is leaking.
No roof is leaking. Thank you.
I mean,
Denial.
so I'm always excited to be here back with the gang. And as we know, it's like the Olympic season and there are so many stories out there. And there's this very interesting one. It actually went viral on social media. And I'm going to read it out. French pole vaulter Anthony Ammirati, listen, was offered $250,000 allegedly to create content for a porn site after his DICK denied him a chance at a medal. So the video has been trending on social media for a minute, and let me tell you what happened in case you did not see the video. So during his third attempt at clearing 5.70 meters in the qualification round, Ammirati's manhood made contact with the bar, causing it to fall and ending his chances of advancing to the final in Paris. And it went absolutely viral on social
Suffering
media.
from success.
First of all, did you guys see the video?
Yes.
Did you see the video? What do you guys think? Because it's viral and it's everywhere. You know, imagine your own.
I think the guys should answer.
Stopping you.
The guy should answer.
Yes. Ifeanyi.
I mean, it's clearly endowed. I feel like there's a you have to look at it from. I guess he would be disappointed. I mean,
Yeah.
Was
Surely,
he?
surely.
Yeah, I'm
Remember, there's 250K dolls
allegedly, right?
allegedly.
Like I said, he would be disappointed. I'm sure he wanted to win gold. That's the goal of everyone who goes to the Olympics. But this is a nice way to soften the blow. I mean, if you miss out on your talents will make a way for you. That's what the Bible said. So
That's a what's it called? A ray of light. A
Yeah,
ray of
so-
hope in the bleak season.
So-
I think so too. I think surely disappointed because the goal is to reach the final, possibly win a medal, and sadly you couldn't make it because of
His manhood.
natural causes.
yeah, and I think something like this happened, although not like exactly. I think was it in a football game in the US? Was it last year when a particular female fan flashed and she was escorted out of the stadium and she later got a Playboy deal? She got made a couple of good money off that. So yeah, he has a 250K. I mean, allegedly on the table, and that's a lot of money. I mean, if you put that in naira, that's like 400 million naira. That's a lot of money. Even
For one video.
Maybe a contract.
Yeah, maybe a contract.
Maybe a contract,
That's a lot of
yeah.
money. And yeah, would he accept it? I don't know. He's French anyway. There's a bit of like a freakiness that comes
Nigerian
with
men
them.
will
French.
accept it now.
Nigerian men would do it for free.
Yeah.
I don't know how this became in
This is not about Nigerian men, please.
Nigerian men conversation.
All I gotta say is, Anthony, call me, baby. I need you. If I have to fly to Paris. I need you.
You like Frenchmen?
I like Frenchmen. Oui, oui. Je
These
m'appelle.
are Frenchmen. She's talking about what she saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, but he's French and he has a
Interesting.
very big, you know.
What about, okay.
my bad.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
have
that's
nothing to contribute to this.
Congratulations.
I wish you guys good luck. I wish you guys good
So-
luck.
Congratulations to him.
our topic for today. We're talking about. I mean, it's the Olympic season,
It
but
really is the Olympic season.
in general, we're talking about Nigerian athletes.
I'm sure Nigerian athletes, man, they've been putting in quite a shift, even though we have a very, very peculiar government. So to say.
And the point of discussion today is we have several Nigerian athletes who have represented other countries at the Olympics. And then prior to the Olympics, I mean, you have a number of Nigerian athletes, footballers, basketballers who represent other countries. You know, you see many of them. I mean, we have examples for good reason. We have the
Yeah.
likes of Yanis, who represents Greece. We have Iberichi Eze. We have the likes of Bukayo Saka. We have so many of them who are of Nigerian descent who represent other countries. So our point of discussion today is there's been some. Okay, so at the Olympics, Favour Ofili, we talked about her off air. She came out to vent her frustration because she missed out on a chance to compete in 100 meters due to an
Do
administrative
we have
error.
the tweet? Can we
Yeah, we
put
should
that
pull
up?
up
Because she
tweet.
put that up on social media and it gained so much attention. And honestly, I think that's very embarrassing that our collective yansh was exposed like this.
Yeah, so let me
You
read
know,
her
to the
tweet.
world.
So this is Favour
Yeah.
Ofili on X. Am I the only one who calls it X? Do any of you used to call it Twitter?
No,
Yeah, I call
officially,
it Twitter.
I call it Twitter informally, but
The mother named it
officially-
Twitter, so I'm going to call it Twitter.
So this is what she said. It is with great regret that I have just been told I will not be competing in the 100 meters at this Olympic Games. I qualified, but those within the AFN and NOC failed to enter me. I have worked for 4 years to earn this opportunity, and for what? And then she goes on to say, please remember, in the last Olympic Games, I was not able to compete because AFN, NADC, and NOC failed to release funds for athletes to be tested, which made 14 Nigerian athletes unable to compete. So, if Favour, were to represent the US next time, would she be wrong?
absolutely.
Anyway,
absolutely
so
not.
yesterday,
Absolutely not.
this was also trending. Annette Echikunwoke was supposed to represent Nigeria at the 2020 Olympics, but she was disqualified for failing to undergo mandatory tests due to an error. I guess the same funding
Same thing,
issue.
yeah.
She changed her allegiance to the United States to compete at this Olympics and won silver in the women's hammer throw. So, of course, this sparked a lot of conversation
Yeah.
on social media where it's like there's a section of people who believe, and rightly so, that it's a thing of pride to represent your country. But do you feel like these athletes are... Do you feel any type of way when you see like athletes, Nigerian athletes, or Nigerian born or athletes of Nigerian descent represent other countries?
I mean, I don't feel some type of way. If there's any feeling I have, it's the feeling of that we're missing out on great talents. That's one. Like, we're definitely missing out on great talents. But I ask myself, Nigerians are leaving the country in droves. Like, the Jackpot wave is on a high.
Yeah.
And these are people living in search of greener pastures. So I don't think we could hold these artists to a higher demand because that you're Nigerian, you have to present Nigeria. I mean, you're Nigerian, you have to live in Nigeria too. So you have to consider all these things. So, I mean, if the issue persists, if our governmental agencies, if the Ministry of Sport, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, they can't get their shit together, you're going to keep missing out on the best talent. So after this Olympic, I won't be surprised if the couple of athletes that would switch allegiance. It's not surprising. I even expect it.
Yeah, it should.
For Favour, I don't think Favour will switch allegiance. I think there's a lot of attention on her.
Yes.
And switch allegiance is not very easy
it's not.
as well. I think because you need the approval of the Athletics Federation, and I think either deliberately or through weaponizing competence that will make it very impossible for you. But it's just really sad. I mean, what I feel is
Yeah.
sadness.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
sad. Yeah.
This situation is absolutely unacceptable. And honestly, I'm offended.
Facts.
I'm offended. I'm sad. I'm embarrassed. when I saw the tweet that Favour came out, she put out, it really made me feel a sense of dread and doom, because if someone with that type of talent, that type of glory, let me put it like that, is being treated this way, it just goes to highlight the type of systemic issue that really exists even in our sports federation and even in the sports corporation. And it's just embarrassing, honestly. And I feel so sad because imagine young Nigerians who want to, play these sports and want to go out to represent their countries. Of course, they're going to look at like, what's exactly the point of representing a country that at the end of the day is not going to support you? Is not going to give you the right equipment in order to be able to fulfill the dreams, and it's not going to do something as the bare minimum of registering you.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
absolutely.
embarrassed, but these are conversations that we need to have. But I'm very, very embarrassed. I'm very upset. I can't imagine what it means for an athlete to put in years of work, because the Olympics is not every day. It's not every AK Markets day, honestly. You cannot just say, oh, next week I'm going for the
every
Olympics.
4 years.
It is something that you have to plan for and work towards. So imagine putting that type of work, and then the people that are supposed to be in charge of that, they just mess up.
So allegedly, we heard that it was intentional. They said they did not want her to run 100, 200 meter race, because in all, she's going to be running like 9 races.
Okay.
And it's going to be too much for her. But I think the problem is that, why not tell this girl why?
That this is what is happening.
She should be the one to make a decision. Oh, I want to run just 100. Oh, I want to run 200 meter race. Why is it that it is when the names came out, she saw that her name was not there? And this frustration, she came 6th and she was crying. Sometimes frustration is part of the problem.
Right.
After dragging Nigeria, the I don't know what, AFN, thank you, online, some people are supporting you, you are having backlash, you're stressed. Why your people that you're competing against, they are cooling at home, they are chilling, they are practicing. The frustration is too much, and I just felt really bad for her when I saw her crying, because she missed out on this 0.21 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's really little. Maybe if she had time to rest, maybe she will get maybe bronze or silver or gold. And I think if younger ones see this, I don't think if I was abroad in the UK and I see that this is what's happening, I'm not going to waste my talent on Nigeria. They won't register you. Even when they went there was a situation that happened that time with Super Eagles, that they did not have somewhere to sleep. I think I saw it online, or I don't know this thing. And it was just sad. The incompetence is alarming.
It's systemic.
It's alarming.
And I think she's a very young woman. I think she's 21 or
yeah,
thereabout.
she's 21.
She's a very young woman, and you have to understand that our ability to process this emotion right now is a lot. It's very demanding.
True.
Even as an adult, as a full grown, as a 25, 26, 30-year-old person, it's still something that you cannot come to terms with easily. So even if, assuming the speculations that it was a technical decision,
yes,
if that is true, I think whoever made that decision, or those that made that decision, should be fired instantly. And
But it's not gonna happen.
In proper country, they should be prosecuted.
yes,
Yeah, it's because what they did is borderline treason. It's just it's terrible. Because number one, like the person that won the 100 meters, and I think that won the silver in 200 meters, competed in both. Except I'm wrong, I think it's from Bahamas or something. Competed in both. So what sort of institutionalized incompetence are we grappling with? And you know what's most frustrating for me? It's not the first time.
yes,
And this will be the last time.
Yeah.
It's like we never learned. It's like Nigeria, we have what we call structural myopia. We are unable to remember things. We are unable to hold grudges when we should. Because was it 2 years ago in 2022, there was supposed to be a World Athletics meet. Was it in Abu Dhabi or somewhere? Where was it? I can't remember properly. Where an executive from the technical committee registered Nigerian athletes in the wrong sports. I don't know if you guys. Yes, you guys should look it up. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Registered them at the wrong spot and said it was a mistake. So these things that is not, and it's not just. It's every time oh my god, you want to prepare for a tournament, then 2 weeks into the tournament you start grappling for funds. Someone is calling someone out that we've not gotten our allowance yet, no traveling bonuses yet, our traveling arrangement has not been created yet. Look, for example, now some groups of the US athletes, like they had to leave the campus because it was not conducive for them. Australian athletes got extra beds, pillows, welfare packages
I
to
saw
make
it
it
online,
convenient for
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, the NBA guys, they are multi-millionaires. They left, they went to rent a huge hotel because they didn't stay in the campus. It was
Yeah.
not, it's beneath them. You understand? So, Nigerian, you have to understand that if you guys go for international competition, like the Olympic, a global tournament,
Yes.
and the welfare is insufficient, you have to understand that your country will not save you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
Absolutely.
have to either you take money out of your own pocket or you accept whatever you're being offered. It's that bad. We've seen cases where Mikel Obi had to use money out of his own
Out of his
pocket,
pocket,
to,
yeah.
to fund Nigerian Olympic team during the 2018 Olympics. Everybody, the sport administrators in Nigeria, from the ministry to the Olympic Committee, NOC to AFN to the oversight committees in the legislature, I don't think you guys are doing your job. I think you guys are embarrassing Nigeria, and I think you guys need to sit up or shape out. It's not like this is not a must. I don't know why we cannot just get competent people to run our sports ministry. We have been so, I mean, look at the previous ministers we've had. I don't want to say things, because if I say things, let's just draw the curtain on charity on the conversation, because I will say things that you cannot even go on air.
And
Is
the fact that
bad?
Nigerians are actually into sports, they love sports,
Yeah.
they love to watch it. They are
We're a
not even
sports nation.
promoting
We're
it
a
at
country of
the
young
least.
people.
Yeah.
And like, we're a country of young people.
At the least.
70% of Nigerians are under 30. You start like, this is a country that we should be killing it in sports. And
Yeah.
now you see you see your athletes representing the Republic of Ireland. Black Bones put out a tweet that he saw a particular Nigerian. I did something, I can't remember. her
Yeah.
name.
Yes,
and
I
he said,
was
for
happy.
Ireland.
he was happy
Yes.
that she represented Ireland. Like, of course, look at our ways. Just, you know what pains me the most? Now, we are unable to churn out quality athletes locally, like in
Yeah.
Nigeria, because we do not have the process, the equipment, the facilities, the
The
infrastructure,
investment.
the investment, both manpower, both infrastructure, to actually churn out world-class athletes, right? So people jackpot with their own money,
Yeah.
with no assistance from the government. They go there, they go to schools there, American colleges, British colleges, American institutional infrastructure, they train this athlete to world-class level. Now this athlete now say, okay, fine, I still have these emotional ties back home. My son is Nigerian. I want to represent Nigeria. Then they come back home to represent you that have not contributed anything to
Nothing,
their work,
yeah.
to their development. Then you are still incompetent to even take advantage of what they are giving. You know how bad it is.
It's really
from
bad.
basketball to football. Like what
Name
do
any
we have?
sports.
None of
Yeah.
our sports people. The only one I think are locally trained are maybe our wrestlers. And maybe tennis, and even the tennis, I think a lot of them are self-funded in terms of the tournament they go
Can you
to.
imagine?
Nothing. What are you guys doing? Nothing. Just buying cars, spending money. You guys are an embarrassment. Sorry to say.
I've
You guys are an
never really
embarrassment.
seen anything that these people have done. Like, do they come out and say, "Oh, this is what we did. This is what"? Nothing.
No,
the
the
name
minister-
there is just for facade.
The
Like,
minister was celebrating, or should I say celebrating? He was highlighting the fact that he's been on the phone with them, and he made sure their training bonuses are paid. And like, oh wow.
is that not meant
Yeah.
to
No,
happen?
no. We're supposed to, like, the country should stand still. Then we should just stand up and give him a clapping ovation. I don't see the American government or the UK. See, forget them. Those ones are advanced societies, right? 300 years head start. Morocco, Egypt, or we don't see them coming out and say, "Oh, we have paid our athletes," because this is our status quo.
Yeah.
There are
This
is
things
what
that
you
should have
should
been
do.
done.
Standard.
Right.
Yeah.
Understand? So now you have, that's why when you say what's your accomplishment, you start talking about Nigeria is the only country where they donate infrastructure. You
Yes.
put pole, then you go and cut it with ribbon like a fucking
So-
idiot.
Congratulations to us. We have water.
Yeah, so
I like where this conversation has gone, but I want to flip it a little bit, right? So recently, Mikel Obi said on his podcast, he talked about
You have a podcast.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
yes,
Are
he
you
does. Yes,
I haven't seen a clip. Is it viral?
Oh, you will see the clip now. There's nobody's
Is it viral?
into the poll votes. You will
Wow.
see the clip.
Why do you
Just
feel
shame.
attacked
That what?
when she talked about the poll voter or whoever he is?
Yeah.
Maybe that you don't
maybe
share
it's
his
not
story or
big,
what?
so-
Yeah.
Okay, so
You know this-
can we get back
It's so
to
easy to predict.
can we get back
It's so easy to
to
predict.
so anyway, Mikel was saying he was talking about Nigerian footballers
Yeah.
who, you know, of Nigeria, players of Nigerian descent who choose to play for other countries. He was talking specifically about players who want to play for England or any of these countries, wait as long as possible, and maybe it doesn't materialize, and then they want to come back home.
Yeah.
Right. So my question is, should there be such a thing as, you know, a labor of love? Like, you know what, I'm Nigerian, I love Nigeria. So irrespective of how shitty the federation is, irrespective of, my last name is Musiala or Saka or whatever, right? I want to play for Nigeria. Right? So are you saying, so Mikel is saying, if you want to play for England, you wait and wait and wait, it doesn't work out, don't call us. Nigeria should not be second choice. Nigeria should not be your second choice.
Yeah.
So do you agree with Mikel or are you against that?
Let me say this, right? Patriotism, because that's essentially what it is for a country that actually cares about your well-being. Patriotism is for a country that will actually provide you with the resources to thrive.
Sorry to cut you short. Should there be conditionalities to your patriotism?
Yes. Love is not unconditional. Okay. Patriotism is not unconditional. And I think, no disrespect to Mikel, right? But I think he's speaking from a place of privilege.
Right.
Because he can afford to transport himself to several places, even if the federations flop. He can afford to get himself different things. But what about the up-and-coming athletes who cannot afford and they only depend on the federation to do certain things? Patriotism is for people who don't chop.
Yeah,
if you never chop, how do you want to be patriotic to a system that will crush you, that will not fail to crush you? Just look at what is happening to Favour Odili. Is that how to pronounce her name?
Ofili.
Yeah. Just look at what is happening to Favour Ofili. For her to come out and cry, you know that she has probably been enduring. Oh, I don't want to say this kind of thing so that I don't offend some certain people in power. But it's embarrassing. And think about how many more athletes are in this position. So personally, I feel, and no disrespect to Mikel, I feel we need to start respecting athletes' decision to want to represent different countries. If they decide that, the US is the best country for me, and they will support my growth, they will give me money, because let's be real, what are you going to eat as an athlete? You have a medal, but na medal you go chop.
I think it's not about them choosing to represent a particular country. It's them choosing to represent that country. Then it didn't materialize. They're not trying to switch allegiance when it's essentially
switch allegiance. Maybe Nigeria can be second.
I think Nigeria has placed themselves as a second choice naturally,
or a third choice.
At this point, possible. Yes.
At this point,
do I agree with Mikel? Not entirely. Do I see his point? Yes. Okay, so I'll explain. Number one, right? I think Mikel speaks from a place of, I won't say privilege, from a place of stronger emotional ties to Nigeria.
Yeah.
This is a guy that grew up in Nigeria.
Of course.
He grew up in Nigeria, played in Plateau. So I left Nigeria at the age of 17, 18, go play in Norway, right? And so you understand that he's more. Nobody's more Nigerian than any other Nigerian, but for the sake of this conversation, he's more tethered towards Nigerian culture, Nigerian society, than someone that was born in Peckham and speaks English like the British and doesn't know a lot about Nigeria, and is essentially
probably never even came to Nigeria.
It's essentially a British who just happened to be born to Nigerian parents, right? So there's a level of patriotism that you would not expect from them, because they are Nigerian as far as Super Eagles go, but every other thing they are not Nigerian.
Right.
So there's that, right? So, and again, as Kim said, I think, to an extent, patriotism is earned, not necessarily demanded. I mean, you have to be patriotic to your country, but patriotism is easily demanded when your country also holds up its end of the bargain.
Yep.
Right? And Nigeria, we've made it clear that we are unable, and we are chronically unable to hold up our end of the bargain, right? So I do feel like, I do agree with Mikel that Nigeria shouldn't be a second choice for you. You cannot be waiting, have your ends out, hoping to get a call up from one of these European countries, and when it doesn't materialize, you now eat up the NFF and say, okay guys, I think I want to come play for you guys now, Nigeria for life and stuff like that. It just doesn't work. Like, nobody will buy that.
I don't have a problem with that.
Especially when you are not at your best.
So personally, till I want to expire, that's when I would represent Nigeria if I was brought up there. Because if you think about, you see the stories online, you see what they are doing with the players, their own salaries, you just be like, except maybe you just, I don't have any choice. England will not pick me. Let me just go with this second people and say I want to get game time. Do you get? Because they don't even appreciate you if anything happens now. The backlash from Nigerians, I know they're over there too, there's racism.
It's not
but
it's not peculiar to Nigeria.
yes, but I think that players should be allowed to choose whichever country they want to. Like Wan-Bissaka now has been waiting for a call up for England, and he's like, Southgate was not going to pick him, and he was considering playing for Congo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Congo even have like a national this team, but
What?
Why you
I'm
coming to my
just
country?
joking. Oh my God! Sorry.
Which of them, though?
Yeah, which of the Congos?
Do they have different?
Yeah, that's
No,
Congos.
let's move on.
CRC,
Let's
yeah,
move on. Let's
Robert,
move on.
Brazzaville.
Let's move on.
Okay, so yeah, I think everybody should have a choice. Nigeria, they've already placed themselves as second choice. Treat them as such.
Yeah.
And if you grow up in Nigeria, like me now, if I'm a football player, I would gladly want to represent Nigeria because it will give me joy. I'm attached to them in a way
Right, yeah.
than playing for another country. So I think I see it from Mikel Obi's point when he says you are using Nigeria as second choice, because some of these players, they've probably expired. You can't not start for your club. You're not that good anymore. You just be like, okay, let me come and be a starter for Nigeria
Yeah.
and start dragging us back. So, but I think from both angles, you can see.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Ammirati, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is, if 2024 Nigeria, there's nothing to be gained from patriotism at this point in time. If you have a chance to play for any of these European countries or to represent them, please jump at it, because even the ones who have represented Nigeria and won gold, I mean, Choma Ajunwa was the first black African woman to.
And where is she now?
What have they done for
I
her?
think she's a policewoman.
So
A policewoman.
you know,
respect police
you
people
have
in this country.
the police will respect themselves. Come on, man.
you have foreign athletes who have done well for their country in, you know, previous decades. They continue to celebrate them.
Yeah.
You know, they always make sure that they are good. You have them becoming TV pundits. You have them on. No matter what you've won for Nigeria, unless you were able to make adequate savings for yourself, you were
Yeah.
able to use your head while you were hot and making that money, they will desert you. So I just feel like if you have a chance to play for a foreign country, you have a chance to play for a European country, whatever, please take it. USA, England. Don't even think, I know, like I said earlier, a labor of love. You know, I'm Nigerian. My mother
Understanding athletes.
was born in Enugu or in whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, if you have the chance to. Now, if you're one of these who, there are certain exceptions, you know, like the USA basketball team. You know, there are players who just know that they are not good enough to play for the USA. It doesn't matter what you do in the NBA. I don't want to name names, but
Name
then
names,
sure,
let's hear.
you can now come back to Nigeria. But I just don't. I mean, look at a player like Bukayo Saka, right? What he like? I just feel like he's, you know, there's a way that you will be good, and it's just Nigeria is just beneath you. I'm sorry.
No,
What's Bukayo Saka doing playing for Nigeria? No, let's be honest. What's Bukayo Saka doing playing for Nigeria?
I think it's just it's
Play
not
for
peculiar
England,
to
get to the
Nigeria
World Cup
alone.
final,
But you
get
still
to
can't
the
win
Euros
anything
final.
too.
You play for
It's not-
Nigeria,
it's
you won't
not-
even qualify for the World Cup.
Ooh.
No, but it's facts.
No, the argument is that if
So
all the players of Nigeria and everything do play for Nigeria, they will be one of the strongest teams.
of
in the
course,
world.
absolutely.
You have your Akanji, you have
But
your
Absolutely.
Sialas,
Alaba.
Yeah.
you have your Alaba,
You
you have
know-
your, everybody come together play. But the issue is that it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. It's a third world issue. It's a matter of dog eat dog. Like, big bank takes small bank. You see players of Turkish origin playing for this thing,
Germany.
for Germany.
Yeah.
Even player of Irish origin playing for England.
Yeah.
So player of Jamaican origin playing for England and everything like that. So it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. If you see francophone from Congo to Senegal to Mali,
we're
to,
just
you know,
just one of
Cameroon.
the.
to Cameroon playing for
I think along
for
with
France.
the francophone countries, we probably export, the most talent.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not just
So
in terms of sport. We're like Africa is a
So
sweat.
it's an African thing.
Africa is a sweatshop in terms of continent. We supply the world with manpower, brain drain. They take your best doctors, they take your best tech people,
Yeah.
they take your best thinkers, they take your best footballers, because it is what it is. Because you don't have enough to keep them here.
Right.
So as Mikel,
Deliberately.
if these players want to play for another country, all well and good. If they choose to switch allegiance later, all well and good. I think the option at the end of the day lies with NFF. So the question is, how practicable can it be for you to say, we don't want you because we're not your first choice? Nigeria is not in that position to be picky. I'm sorry.
And I want to say that it will always be an honor and a joy to play for your country of origin.
absolutely.
But you cannot keep giving your all to a country that will not give you back, will not hold its end of the bargain, will not provide you with the resources for you to be able to win, will not make you comfortable, will only bring sorrow, tears, and blood. Shout out to Fela. And I really want to say this. These federations, we keep calling them out. It's not a today conversation. We're not the first people to talk about it. We're not the second, will not be the last. These federations must do better. We cannot say we are a sporting nation without supporting the people of the sports. That's being hypocritical. That's being fake. That's being liars. We need to support the people that give us joy from playing the sports. And honestly, I don't know. Congratulations or good luck to Nigeria in the Olympics. Shout out to the Tigress. Right?
Yeah.
They're really making us proud. They're really making us proud, although they went through their own fair share of shege because of this same Nigerian sporting federations. But shout out to them. Shout out to, the Olympics, 4 years. I think the next time we're going to see the Olympics come again is what? 2020 what?
28.
2028.
Yeah.
I'll be old.
I'm probably out of Nigeria by then. We used to be in Nigeria in 2028.
And that's it. Like, some of these athletes are going to be old and they won't be able to represent their countries because they're kind of like, old.
I mean, Favour is 21 now, so I guess she'll be...
I mean, she's still young, but what about the people that are still young? Anyways, it's another exciting episode of The Heat brought to you by Pulse Sports. It's still the gang. Make sure to drop your comments. Don't drag us, I beg. Drop your comments, your suggestions, your reactions. Engage with us on social media. And we'll be back again next week for another exciting episode of The Heat. Don't forget, this episode was sponsored by Live Score Bet. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Live Score.
And we'll see you same time, same station.
Bye,
next
guys.
week. Bye, guys.